All right, we are back on Morning Line. Nick Barris along with Allison Fields, veterinarian. You see the number on the screen. Jump in there. We've got the phone here if you want to call, ask a question. Usually picks up later in the show, so now's your chance to get through if you'd like. I wanted to ask you, if you would, just about the different kind of dietary supplements that you find in certain types of foods and what you get for different age dogs. Now, you know I'm challenged when it comes to what I feed my pets.
Yes, you are.
At times we feed them some table food and stuff, and I know we shouldn't do that.
No.
You're the one, you know, we talk about Mashed Tater, who has a certain degree of celebrity in this town now because what she's been, she has no teeth.
No.
And I remember asking you when we got her, and you said, Nick, just put some kibble in front of her and see what happens.
And what'd she do?
She ate it. So now what she's doing is swallowing it, obviously without chewing. And dog food is made, it doesn't necessarily have to be chewed.
No.
I mean, we're talking about the hard kibble.
Think about it, even if they do chew it, they typically are just crunching it in half.
Yeah.
So it goes to their stomach.
And it breaks it down.
Right.
Okay. Do you have any preference, be it moist food to dry food, or should it be mixed with dogs? Does it matter? What about Gaines burgers? Remember the Gaines burgers that look like little? Remember Gaines burgers?
What was the commercial with the little wagon?
No, that's
and the
the Chuck wagon where you make your own gravy.
Yes, yes.
Gravy.
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 Do you have gravy often?
Gravy on there. I remember the Chuck wagon.
You know, I think that dry versus canned is a very individual dog selection. I think that for the most part, as veterinarians, typically recommend dry food.
Okay.
A, it's less expensive. B, you don't have to get in the habit of the stinky dog food in your refrigerator. But there are cases when I say, you know what, this dog needs to eat canned food. This dog needs, you know, more moisture in his food. So, you know, I think in general, a kibble-based dog food is probably what most vets recommend.
Okay.
But there are cases that the vet, and there's a lot of cats that have urinary issues that veterinarians will recommend canned food.
Because of sodium, high sodium levels are
harmful. It's more moisture.
It's more moisture that does it in cats.
No, sorry. You're asking why they get it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why the cats have the urinary tract?
It doesn't. It's just their little body is metabolizing their food in a certain way, or they have stress. There's a lot of cats and urinary tract issues is a huge discussion.
Okay.
But a lot of times if we can get more moisture in them, that increases their going to the bathroom, which flushes out their urinary tract, which can help prevent issues.
Yeah, sure.
So a lot of times we'll recommend these cats be on a canned food.
No, you're like a lot of people. You have cats and dogs.
Yes.
Now, would your dog like to eat the cat food?
Oh, yeah.
And why do dogs like cat food so much?
It's yummy. It's different. It tastes different.
Higher protein count?
It's typically higher protein. Yeah, I don't know. I use cat food as training treats for my dog because it's great.
Yeah.
My cats get fed on a little window seat that the dog could totally reach their bowls, and she knows that she's not allowed to.
Oh, really?
But when we feed the cats, she's expecting, she sits and she waits, and we give her 1 or 2 little pieces of cat food, and that's her reward. And then she leaves the rest of it alone.
And there is a distinct difference in taste. Do you think she tastes things? Because I can tell you, my pup.
I think she totally does.
Our
because
pugs
she'll
don't
spit
taste a
things out.
thing.
She didn't like banana.
Oh, really?
I just offered her banana for the first time
So that's okay
last
to give it a
weekend.
dog.
Yeah. Well, we were at the cabin with another dog, and the other dog gets a bite of banana. I was like, oh, I'll give her a bite, and she
didn't like it. Really?
Yeah. So I think they taste. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Some pugs just kind of inhale it, and they don't.
Well, pugs are the Hoovers of the dog world.
The Hoovers. So you're just saying bananas. Okay. I'm trying to remember what you've told me. All right. No grapes.
No grapes.
No grapes. That would mean then no raisins.
Correct.
What about prunes or plums? Not a big deal?
I haven't heard anything about those.
Okay, but grapes or raisins can be harmful for dogs. Chocolate is harmful for dogs.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of the other big no-nos that can literally make them sick.
You can do it.
Okay, cyanide would be bad for them?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay.
Food, Nick.
Oh, food.
It's a bulb plant.
Oh, onions.
Yes, and
onions not good?
What do you... Garlic.
Garlic would not be good for them either?
Onions and garlic, chocolate, pretty much anything with a pit in it.
Avocado?
Avocado, peaches, stone fruit, your stone fruits.
Because?
The pit itself has some kind of toxin in it if they chew it up and crunch it. If they don't chew that up and crunch it, it can act as a foreign body and lodge in the intestines. So,
okay.
What's the new one that's out there that we're all very concerned about?
You told me about that last time.
What do you find it in? I feel like we're having class.
Go ahead. I failed this test.
Xylitol.
In the gum.
Gum, some peanut butters. So if you're getting anything,
because dogs love peanut butter.
Yeah,
and so
if you're getting anything that's sugar-free, you need to read your ingredients. Xylitol, X, Y.
All right, I know, because you see the ads say, flavored with xylitol because it's sugar-free gum.
Xylitol, xylitol. Yes, and very small amounts can kill a dog.
Okay. And they swallow the gum when they get it. They're chewing it and they swallow it.
They're chewing it, they swallow it. But if you're like myself, when my dog needs medication, I use peanut butter. And if you don't grab the right peanut butter, if you grab the no sugar or
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so you just need to make sure you're reading your labels. Keep your sugar-free gum out of reach from the pets, but it doesn't take a whole lot.
Okay. Yeah,
and it's go to the hospital immediately.
Remember that. That's serious. Listen, we've got a caller in. Good for Michael, because he called in.
Right.
And we take him right away because there's some lines open. So 737-7587. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning.
How are you, Michael? What can we do for you? Ask away. The show is yours.
Okay, great. My son is around 23. He has a mental disability. He isolates and stays to himself. I was wondering if the veterinarian could tell me what type of dog would be more better for him to help him with his to be a good friend for him.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
Yeah, that's great. And
if you need to learn more about his condition.
Probably not.
Okay.
Depending on what your son is affected with, there are a lot of service dog groups that you can get a placement with a service dog who is very good at helping. I have a good friend with a son with autism, and they got a dog, and that has really helped her son become a little bit more social, and it took a bit of time, but it's really working. So typically those dogs that are more in tune with the needs of the owners, as opposed to the dogs who need the owners to be in tune with their needs, are your larger dogs, golden retrievers, Labradors. My friend got a golden doodle or something. I like the Labradors, golden retrievers, but you might want to look into the service dog arena and just kind of start looking and seeing, because getting an older dog, they're typically a year and a half old when you get them, that have already gone through the puppy training, and they're well trained, and you get them, and pretty much at that point all you have to worry about is just letting your son bond with the dog, and you're not trying to house train him and do all of that. But I might start looking into that and seeing if you can find a service dog for your son. And if not, absolutely, you could look into either at the Humane Societies, or you can look at rescue groups online, Golden Retriever Rescue, Lab Rescue. You might need to be a little bit more selective in which dog you accept through a rescue, because some of them may not be the best fit for your son, but the rescue groups could help you find that.
Has your son ever expressed an interest in a certain type of dog or anything like that, Mike?
Yeah, he did. And at one time he had he tried a pit bull, and we didn't like that because we didn't think he could handle that type of dog. Just the aggressive nature, not that it's a bad dog, but that it was an aggressive kind of dog with other dogs. What I like to see him with is a dog that, will be friendly with children, wouldn't bite anybody, just good natured kind of dog, breed, I would think.
Yeah.
Well, I think pit bulls can be that too.
They can be that way. If that one didn't work out, but the other ones you were naming are the ones that fit that category.
Or even a mixed breed dog.
Yeah, but gosh, those Goldens, or like any of the dogs you've ever had, are the most friendly, greatest dogs ever, and that's what you should look for, and I bet the son would just love that. The thing about dogs, they're so great, and there's a whole section, we could do a whole show just on the therapeutic value of any kind of pet, a cat, or just petting a dog. But dogs, all they do is give. You have to feed them, give them a place to crash. Beyond that, all they want to do is please you.
They lower your blood pressure.
Oh, it'd be great for his son. I think it'd be fantastic,
Do you know that when you make eye contact with your dog, that both you and your dog release oxytocin, which is a calming and soothing hormone in the body?
Because the pug will be there, and I'll get down, and I will look in the eyes, eye to eye.
That's because you're trying to get him to wrestle with you.
And I'll start growling. I'll growl. And you know what? Now they know to back off. Beagle won't even mess with me. I just get down. I go, "You want some of me?" And I'll just, and we're eye to eye.
And
then as soon as when you make eye contact, eventually Betty will go like this. She'll look away. Because she don't want to throw down with me. Does not want to throw down with me.
They're scared they'll hurt you, Nick. They don't want to get in trouble for hurting Nick.
They would not get in trouble. You know, no, look, every once in a while I get tromped. So you want to see the scratches on my leg?
Oh my gosh, who got you?
Some. See, look at.
Good Lord,
How about that?
You?
How about them apples? I think that's from the beagle. I got some scratches on there. It's okay. All's
You're
fair.
okay. You're tough.
And it wasn't a bite. It was, you know, the claws.
That's what you get for staring at them and growling. What else do you expect?
They say that, you know, bringing the dogs into nursing homes.
Yeah.
And just
Baxter and I used to go to Vanderbilt Hospital.
Yeah, and let them to the children's ward.
No, we went to the chemo ward. So we visited people while they were getting chemo.
I just think that's wonderful. You know, just take them through there. Anyway, for him, I think you gave him good advice. A service dog, maybe. Now I don't know if those are a little more expensive sometimes.
And I don't know. They are more expensive, but a lot of times there's grants and stuff for that. But it also there has to be a. I don't know if it has to be a specific diagnosis, but I think there are sets of diagnoses that fall into the range of being allowed to get into the service dog world.
So it depends on the condition. He didn't really describe
specifics. Let's talk about service dogs for a minute. And
we've got about 30 seconds before we have an absolute. Go ahead.
There's tons of people out there who are trying to, they order and make these little harnesses for their animal. It says service animal, and they're not service animals. And what they are doing is they're trying to get on planes and restaurants and everywhere else, and they are completely inhibiting the people who need a service animal from being able to take their animal in, because these animals are ill-behaved, and so the restaurants are like, yep, no, we don't accept service animals anymore. And there are valid reasons for people to have a service animal. So
take a break on that note.
Don't do it.
We'll do that. We'll be back with more of your phone calls right after this.